Good evening, friends and family. Welcome to Marcie Creates. This is Marcie, and it's Tutorial Tuesday. And I'm so excited to bring you an earring project from the latest bargain bead box, Harvest End. Now, I did not do a unboxing, but I did want to show you some highlights of the box, and then we'll get started on the project. So obviously, this first piece is a stunner. It is a tiger eye with wire wrap to look like a tree of life, and I just think it's exquisite. Isn't that beautiful? And honestly, I think this just could go on a chain or some leather and call it a done deal. I would love to learn how to do this. If I learn how to do this, I will bring you a tutorial, because I do want to learn how to do this type of wire wrapping. Even the back is beautiful. That has a lot of flash, that tiger eye. Beautiful, beautiful piece. And then just some highlights of the box before we get into our project. The metals this month were rose gold. Now, I'm hearing a variety of things from people. People either really love rose gold or they don't. I like it. I think it's a pretty metal. We got a lot of toggle clasps. Those are going to be featured in our project, and also some really pretty charms and some other really pretty charms. And if that weren't enough, we got more tiger eye in this beautiful barrel, and a round tiger eye as well. Oops. Nice big 8mm. Some beautiful bicones. But the real stunners, look at these beads, you all. These barrel beads with the facets. Those are going to be featured in our project today. We got some chain. They always give you chain. And these beautiful, they look like frost on berries, literally. It took my breath away. I could not stop thinking about cranberries on the, Thanksgiving table, and cornucopia, and they're just so beautiful. So we have those to work with. And then these really cool, what I call tricones. I don't know what else to call them. They're like a star cut evergreen color. And these luscious, beautiful leaves. And then I pulled some things from my own stash. We have some blush colored bicones. We may use those. I haven't decided yet. And also we've got some really pretty fire polished in kind of a nice evergreen, bright green color, 4mm. And some kind of crackled looking stone. I think that's agate. So, beautiful box. And so, I don't have a lot of rose gold, but I did discover that, as you can see, copper looks very nice with it. You can mix the metals. I'm a big fan of that, as I've said before. So, if you want to mix your metals, by all means, don't limit yourself to the copper. And I did want to say one thing. I did hear from you all loud and clear on my last video. I know that I was off camera for quite a bit, so I do apologize, and I have taken steps to correct that. So today's video will be you will see everything, and thank you so much for letting me know, so that I want to bring you videos you enjoy and that you can see what's going on. There's no point to a video if you can't see what's going on. So thank you for your constructive criticism. I do really appreciate it, because I do want to get better at this and make it pleasurable for you to watch and learn things and be inspired and not worry about, oh, I can't see what she's doing. So those of you who reached out to me, I so sincerely appreciate it. I really, really do. So thank you. And, feedback is always welcome, constructive criticism. I'm still new at this and learning. So if there's something I'm doing or not doing that you want to see, please let me know. I'm very open to that. So anyway, let's get started. I'm going to show you some things that I pulled out for our box, from the box, I should say. And I thought we would talk a little bit about these toggles, because I like to use toggles for other things besides, you know, they're a clasp. Obviously, you're going to use it for a clasp. But I fell in love with these leaf beads, these glass leaf beads with the beautiful luster. And, of course, these are stunners, these barrel crystal beads. And my thought was to use these in an earring instead of a necklace or a bracelet. Now, I don't know that I'll use all of these items, but I did pull a sampling, as they say. So we have these crackled, which kind of picks up this beautiful color up here. I hope you can see that. Let me zoom in a little. So you've got picking up kind of the red. I picked up some copper ear wires, which, as you can see, look very nice with the metal. And it came with, oh, I forgot to mention, some really pretty bead caps. These are gorgeous. And then we've got the evergreen beads and these really pretty frosted berry beads. So, okay, so I had a little malfunction with the camera, but I'm back. And hopefully it's not going to fall again. One thing I notice about some of this equipment that I'm using, it works for a while and then it starts not working. So I think maybe a new phone holder may be in my future if this keeps happening. The first few times it's funny, and then, quite frankly, not so funny. But we'll move past it. So anyway, as I was saying, these little guys came from Bargain Bead Box also. I think I ordered them separately at one time and thought they were really pretty in there in the rose gold. So I thought putting all these in some kind of dangle situation would be really pretty. In other words, I was thinking of layering this on top of that bead, or maybe not. I don't know yet. I'm going to decide that here in a minute. I love these barrel beads. Of course, we want to use our bead caps, I think, to frame our really pretty crystals. And then make a bunch of dangles to kind of hang. So I'm thinking maybe I don't want, maybe I want extra, pardon me. I don't think I want to cover this up. I think the luster on this is really pretty. So I think that we will leave those alone. So I'm going to get started with one earring and we will see how we like it. So my first step is going to be to put a jump ring through these. And again, I'm going to be using rose gold. And I do have rose gold jump ring somewhere, I thought. Correction, we're going to use some copper. And we're going to need a pretty big jump ring, I think. This is pretty thick. You kind of have to take that into consideration. If this doesn't work, we'll do some wire wrapping. But I thought we would try this first, so let's see how that works out. That's the thing about designing. Sometimes you have to think outside of the box, and if that doesn't work, then, you know, you come up with a solution. So all I'm doing right now is opening these jump rings. Oh, that was really close to the camera. Let's see if these work. Also, the size of the hole. Oh, those are going to work nicely. Excellent. Yay! I love it when a plan comes together. All right, so now we're going to close our jump ring. I think I'm too close. So now we have our jump ring. We'll save the other side. So then I'm going to make a wire wrapped component for the crystal and these beautiful bead caps. And I'm going to use some 20 gauge copper. I think I'm just going to snip off enough. You want to give yourself plenty. You don't want to run out. And I think I'm just going to hand warm this. I'm not going to use the nylon pliers, I don't think. With 20 gauge, it's pretty supple. And if you get it nice and warm, it's going to work out just fine for you. I really do like this artistic wire. I think I bought that on Amazon. So we're going to make our loop by bending 90 degrees, like that. And then we're going to come in with our round nose pliers, up and over, and around. And now you have a loop. Let's work that open. Oh, like that. Going to put on our really pretty leaf bead. And let's close that up. And this is nice and malleable, so I'm just using my fingers pretty much until I get to about here. Then I feel like I need the flat nose pliers just to get an extra little bit of leverage. And you can do as many wraps as you want. You want to do 2 wraps, great. If you want to do 3 wraps, I think I'm just going to do 2 today. And I'm going to cut this. And then I'm going to make sure this little piece isn't sticking up and poking anybody. So now we have our component. And we're going to put on our bead cap, our beautiful barrel bead, another bead cap. I just really love the way those frame that bead. Isn't that sparkly? And it picks up the sparkles in this really beautiful. I just love that glass bead. I think it's gorgeous. Okay, so we're going to make another wrap loop. Bend that 90 degrees. Come in with our round nose. Up and over. Twist. Over. Till you've got that. Let's grab our flat nose. And we will make a wrapped loop at the top. So after we've done this, we have a few decisions to make. One of them is, how do we want to orient? Let me get this burr. How do we want to orient our toggle piece? So if we do it this way, okay, then you could do, let me scooch in a little. You can do a jump ring right here. If you wanted to go this way, okay, you could do another jump ring and then hang more dangles. And then your ear wire would hang from here, which I think makes more sense. And I think I'm probably going to orient it this way because I think I want my dangles to have a lot of movement, and if they're in this small of a space, they're not going to move as much as if they have time move, you know, they can move around all through here. So I think either way is fine. That's designer's choice, but just something to think about. I always put the ear wires on last, so I'm just going to move these out of the way, and now we're going to think about what other components we want to put with this. So I really do love this little leaf, and I think it would be very pretty with one of those little tricone beads, and maybe possibly one of the little frosted berry beads. And whenever you do dangles or anything like that, you want to think about odd numbers. Odd numbers are always more attractive than even numbers. So I would do 3 dangles here, and that's what I plan to do. So I think I would like to do one of these, and maybe pick up this little guy, so I have a representation, and maybe another little berry bead. And then these would hang on either side of this, or you could also hang them from this loop. That's another decision to make. So I think what I will do first is I'm going to attach this big guy to the toggle. Okay, and then make my dangles and attach them. I'm going to see how they look attached to the toggle piece, but I may change my mind and hang them here, only because I might like the way that they move better or are oriented better through there. So I have some little ball head copper head pins, which I thought would be perfect for this component here. And then we can use the 20 gauge wire for this guy here. All right, and then let's pull out some more jump rings. We're not going to need as big a jump ring as we had before. Let me pull out here. I have a lot of jump rings. I buy them from everywhere, and I love to have a choice, because sometimes, you know, you just want that perfect shape. Now, I will say, if you're going to hang, see, this is pretty thick, so you will need a larger jump ring if you're going to attach right to there. So I think I'm going to make the executive decision to hang my dangles from this, and then that way I can just hang one to one. So let's pull out some, that way we can use some smaller jump rings. And I really think the copper, is this copper? No, it is rose gold. All right. I thought it was copper, but it is rose gold. Silly me. So we're going to pull out just a variety of sizes. We'll see what works. Just have them at the ready. You really don't know till you start making it. And then we're going to go from there. So I think what we'll do first is make this guy. And these are pretty thin head pins. And they just have the little ball at the end, which I think is nice. It looks like a little bead. If you don't have these, you can take a little seed bead. That's a great way to pick up more color, by the way. If you want to add more color to a design and you just have head pins, just put a little seed bead at the end and pick up some of your accent colors. Okay, so I'm going to add this green. And then this pretty crackle barrel bead. Like that. And then our frosted berry bead. Like that. I'm going to come in with my flat nose. Do a 90-degree bend. This is a very thin wire that I've got going on with the copper head pin. Excuse me. All right. Make a little round loop. Now we don't want to close this yet, because I think I've pretty much made the decision to add it to this. And it'll make it more secure too. You have less things that'll, you know, possibly come off, which I love wrap loops because they're more secure. That's like a big nightmare of mine, is somebody gets a piece of my jewelry and something falls off. I do not want that to happen. So I always try to find ways to make it secure. Just a thought. And we're gonna just wrap this. As you know, I'm a fan of the messy wrap. Why not? And there's one of our dangles. Cute? I think so. And now we'll make our other dangle. And this time we're going to use our 20 gauge wire. And I'm just going to pull a piece off. I don't know, like maybe 3 inches. You could do a 3-inch head pin and pull the, you know, the head pin part of it off. If you have a long enough head pins. I'm a fan of the 3-inch head pin. They're very helpful. I use them a lot in my jewelry making. All different colors. 90-degree angle. Let's make our loop. Okay, now we're going to add our leaf, so we need to open this. Beautiful. Now we're going to wrap this. I do like 20 gauge wire. It's so nice to work with. I think it's my favorite width, or I guess you call it a width. Gauge, that's what you call it. That's my favorite gauge. Yeah. All right. There's our pretty leaf. I just think these are so pretty. Okay, and then I thought we would add our little tricorn bead. Oh, you guys, I knew the sillies were going to come out. I'm covering for somebody's vacation, so it's been wild and woolly at the day job. Wild and woolly, I tell you. Isn't that pretty? I really do love these frosted. They look like berries with frost on them. Makes me crazy. I want to go make a cranberry cheesecake or something. Okay, so now we're going to make our other loop. Now this one, I'm going to attach kind of on the other side. You'll see what I mean in a minute. So I've kinked that open a little bit, and you kind of see how this guy's on that side. So I'm going to put this guy on this side, just so we have a little symmetry, possibly. You know, the big one's in the middle. And we're gonna wrap that. Hope y'all are doing well. I hope no one's getting crazy yet about holidays, although I panicked when I looked at the calendar today and saw, I just can't believe it. I just can't believe how fast time goes by. Amazing to me. I feel like I was just complaining about the Texas heat. Now they were saying something about wind advisory yesterday. Like, what? Okay. So here is our dangles and our main bead, which I like. Let's see how they're going to look hanging off of our component here that normally would be a toggle, but we're not going to use it as a toggle. And then we're going to decide if we like the way those are hanging. I am on the fence still. That's okay. We have a whole nother earring we can make. And as I've said before, it's just wire. You know, if you have to redo it, or you decide you want to redo it, then redo it. it's your design, and it is absolutely okay to redo something. I have a whole pile of things that I haven't even finished that I started and either wasn't working out and I had to start over and I just kind of put it aside. I think we all have those projects, but hey, that's really pretty. Okay. Are you going to cooperate, mister? So this is before we've put our ear wire on. I like it. I think that's very, very pretty. I think you've got movement in here and lots of sparkle. And this will move too, which adds a whole nother dimension. These are going to move. You know, with earrings, you want movement. I think earrings that move are, you know, they catch the light, especially if you have anything sparkly. They just catch the light as soon as you move your head or you go into some different lighting. And, you know, with holidays coming up, you want that little extra sparkle and glow, which this is just, I think the word glow is a good word for like a rose gold. It is a very glowing metal. So I'm just going to attach this, I think, to the ear wire. There we go. So very pretty. I'm still not convinced about attaching them. So I think this next one that I do, I'm going to do it on, I'm doing it a little bit faster. I'll fast forward till I get to the point where I attach, and let's compare, because that's part of designing too, is trial and error. So without further ado, I'm going to speed up the camera and make the next piece, and then we will see which way we like these dangles hanging. Hope that sounds like a plan, and I will see you in just a moment. Okay, so I have all the components made. We're going to add these to our toggle clasp. And I think I'm going to use these little medium jump rings. I think these will work good. Or well, I should say. And we shall see what we like the best. Again, this is all about designer's choice. I mean, it's really no right or wrong. It's just a matter of what you prefer. But I have a feeling I'm going to like this way better. But I'm glad I tried the other way, just so I know. You know, that's part of getting experience. Next time you go to make something like this, you'll remember which way or what other way you liked. Doesn't mean you can't change it up every now and then. My poor puppy's in the other room sneezing her head off. We have this stuff called mountain cedar here. Not very nasal friendly stuff, I have to say. Alright, so let's put our ear wire on. Come here, Mr. Earwire. I don't know about y'all, but I'm looking forward to just a quiet Thanksgiving. I just want to rest and hang out with some friends and family and not do a whole lot. All right. So I think I like the second one better. There's nothing wrong with this one. It just hangs differently. So, I mean, like I said, it's designer's choice. But I do feel this has more movement. These kind of get caught because the this one little loop keeps them from moving a lot. So I would go probably with this. I think this works out nice. I think that's really pretty. And definitely a cornucopia for fall. Very glowing metal. I think if you're over at someone's house and you're enjoying a nice meal, maybe you're out doing a bonfire. I know this time of year is popular for those. Think about this glowing by a fire, because all of this is so iridescent. Be so, so beautiful. And a new way to use a toggle clasp that maybe you didn't think of. Don't have to just, you know, make connectors or closures for necklaces. You know, if you've got a really pretty toggle clasp, why not feature it? And you can do the same thing, you know, hang it from chain and make a focal bead. Make a focal piece out of it. So I really think these turn out nice. And I really do like this Harvest box that we got. Obviously, I'll be playing more with it. And this thing, I can't wait to just wear it, honestly. I think it's gorgeous. So thanks for joining me in my Tutorial Tuesday today. And I hope this was better as far as seeing what I was doing and also giving you ideas on how to use toggle clasps in a new and different way. As always, thank you for subscribing. I do have many, many finished jewelry updates coming your way. Like, probably one a night for the next 3 or 4 nights. Because I have been a busy girl. And I know a lot of you have been asking. Which just warms the cockles of my heart that you even ask. So yes, amazing jewelry coming your way. And I've been hard at work, and I've got more boxes coming in, so I will do some more unboxings. My ambassador box will be here from Jesse James Beads tomorrow, so you will also see a unboxing on that. If you are subscribed, thank you so much. I absolutely adore you. And if you are thinking about subscribing, I would love to have you. Please click the notification bell so you know the next time I come out with a tutorial or an unboxing or a finished jewelry update. As always, take care of yourselves and your family. Be safe, and I will see you on the next video.